Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today, and we are, well, asking the question, where is this new official Formula 1 license manager game we are meant to be hearing about from Frontier Devs? The news came up a couple of years ago that, Formula 1 had signed a deal with Frontier Devs. You don't know, Frontier Devs, the big developers of games like Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, the Jurassic Park management game. They're basically like the best in the business when it comes to those kind of manager games. If you've ever played or watched any of those games, you'll know how detailed it is and how rich it is in features and just the very clever management mechanics, the outside the box thinkings of what else you can do in terms of gameplay mechanics. Well, F1 has signed a deal. The deal's still on with Frontier Devs to make this, but I believe it was meant to come out this year, but it actually got pushed back a whole year, potentially because of the pandemic and just working from home. I guess they were probably starting to develop the game, and then they have to work from home, and so they've had to delay it. And I think in a recent article, there was confirmation that it would be coming in, I think, Q1 of 2023. So that means probably just after, you're talking April to kind of June period in 2023. So that game is still coming, but we've not really heard anything from it, which is peculiar. I'm hoping maybe this year at E3 or later in the year in the summer, where generally devs talk about upcoming games in the next year, 2023. I'm hoping we could hear, or even just have any teaser, even a teaser that has F1 Manager as a logo and fades to black and goes Frontier Devs, just to get a confirmation that we're very much still getting this and it's in the pipeline or whatever, because we've heard nothing, and I'm very, very curious. Obviously you guys know, those of you who've been with me on the channel from at least 2016 will know that a big part of my channel was a Motorsport Manager, F1 Manager game series. I don't do it now at the moment because, let's face it, Motorsport Manager is a very old game, and for someone like me who's played so much of it on YouTube for series and videos, there's basically nothing new to talk about, and the kind of excitement's weared off because I know the game so well on the base level that it just becomes a bit dull. And then with the mods, the mods make it exciting, but only for so long, because the base level mechanics are still the same. The way managing the pit stops, the team, everything, it's still the same as it was with the original game. And that game's now very, very old. So it's a normal case of we all don't still play like F1 2015 or whatever. You'd like to think you'd move on to like the new stuff, but a large part of the channel for me from 2016 to about 2018, I would say, we're playing these manager games, and I'm still massively into it, and I'm excited for it to come. I think it's going to be a big part of the channel when it comes out. I think I'm really excited to maybe even explore streaming it on Twitch and then using that as a way to make videos from it when it comes out next year, because it kind of lends itself to that. But so I'm massive into it, but we've just not really heard anything from this. What do you want to see? What's like a wish list sort of thing for this upcoming officially licensed F1 management game from Frontier Dev? For me, it's going to be kind of almost taking the best bits of Motorsport Manager and the best bits that I've seen from Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, Jurassic Park management game, and kind of merging the two. You've got that beautiful looking UI on Planet Coaster. I feel like maybe the F1 Manager game needs to be a little bit less cartoony than Planet Coaster is, but I would love to see the clean UI that Planet Coaster has, like along the bottom base, and you have most of the screen's nice, visual. You can see what's going on. I think, having a bustling paddock and bustling HQ, maybe that you can click on like Planet Coaster. You can go in on the 3D map and click on things, and specifically, click on staff and, all these things, rather than having, basically, Motorsport Manager was really good. There's all these menus and things to do, but also it was just a loaded bunch of menus. So it'd be great to maybe visualize those menus. They're like square boxes on a screen, like have a 3D map that you can click on and things like that. And then in terms of when we talk about specifics of improving where Motorsport Manager maybe fell down a little bit, I think season to season having more of a difference, like the official F1 games do by Cody's, of having regulation changes, having more of a dramatic effect on that. I think there's a lot to do with the team and like the signing of people. You know, you had team principals and whatnot, but I think maybe the AI could do more of like, you know, trying to poach your team principals and whatnot. I think we can go even deeper into the R&D of the car, and you know, we talk about the front wing, the rear wing, but go into, you know, things like the front flaps, the, you know, the end plates and whatever. You know, now we've got the ground effect tunnel, so ground effect tunnel, you know, and just basically go even nerdier into the car bits, because I remember Motorsport Manager was, you know, it was good, but it was quite simplified, obviously, to keep it, you know, open to casuals. But maybe there's a way where it can be more advanced if you want it to be. Also, I think on the fly in the race, there needs to be more improvements of what you could do on the strategy, potentially a bit more data to me look through. And I think maybe they should also take some cues from Football Manager, or maybe trying to ground it in like realistic data. So maybe there's a way they can, you know, have a database and, you know, take data from F1 Insights. You know, I know F1 has these, you know, all these data pools from real races. You know, hopefully now, obviously Motorsport Manager wasn't an official game by F1, so they couldn't ask F1 for that. But because Frontier Devs is going to be making an official licensed game, they could ask F1 for this data, like all this real world data they've got in terms of lap times, pit stops, and all this to inform their game. And so it can be a really realistic sort of management style game, like Football Manager is in a way. I think that would be very, very cool. And then, yeah, I think just also, I'm just excited to see what they'll do with the actual fact that it's actually officially licensed. So seeing, you know, cool versions of the cars we see in the Cody's games, but they're like, you know, in a different engine. They're in the engine Frontier Devs use, and you've got like the paddock areas, you know, kind of, hopefully it all mimic, like we can see the paddock, and hopefully it mimics the real life paddock, like how the actual, you know, McLaren motorhome looks and stuff like that. The same with the HQs. Like, I really hope they, you know, take photos and whatever and actually make the HQs look like the real HQs in team, because there's now so much possibility, because it's licensed, you know, to make it look so so freaking good and so like real life. It'd be awesome. I'm really, really gassed for a game that we've not even heard anything about. Go in the comments, put your ideas, thumbs up other ones, and then I want to kind of make a wish list video down the line to hopefully put out there on YouTube, maybe on the community managers of Frontier Devs or whatever. I can tweet Frontier Devs or something like that, just to put it out there of what the F1 community, the F1 gaming community, those of us that like that, like, I've liked playing Motorsport Manager and management F1 games in the past, what we would like to potentially see in this game. You know, right now they're probably developing the game, so maybe this is the kind of best time to be putting these ideas out. But I know the potential is massive, and I truly actually believe Frontier Devs is going to do a fantastic job with it, because I've seen what they've done with Planet Coaster, with Planet Zoo, with Jurassic Park game. I've watched plenty of, you know, my favorite streamers and YouTubers do videos on these games, and they're just so sick. They're so much fun to watch them have fun on it, and that's why I'm confident. So yeah, it's a game that's coming, but we've not heard too much about it. But hopefully that changes, and let me know, along with what I've just said, let me know what you would like to see specifically maybe in that game. But anyway, guys, it's been just a fun little video, just to kind of indulge in that, in the fact that the game's coming. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button. As I said, let me know. If you're new around here, do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.